Roy J. I know everything about you so far, but yet I don't. Hey everyone, welcome to another stream. Today's stream is going to be about a particularly interesting person, a figure of either imagination or reality, a AI demon or just a failed comedian. There is no in between in this situation. I'm talking about Roy J. Let me give you guys a better look at him. This is Roy J. Don't let the evidence fool you. It could be AI generated. Yeah, I know I'm sounding like Alex Jones, but let me give you an idea as to why this is. This is going to be sort of a stream in which, this is probably going to be like the first of many streams about Roy J, but basically, this guy, no joke, has been on my mind nonstop after I first learned about him. Because there is nothing quite like this man. It's not because he has some interesting Chris Chan level of intrigue. No. He's like an ordinary person, but the thing is, he could be fake. He could be AI. He could be dun 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 a demon. Yeah. I know this is sounding like a schizo rant, but let me give you guys a bit of an understanding as to how this all happened. This man, I kid you not, is responsible for so much of my obsession with the supernatural this week. Yeah, you could say I'm sort of becoming one of those people who believe aliens are real because this guy is. He's like an AI demon. He's like that, but real. I, I don't I don't get it. How the hell does this guy exist? It's like madness. Okay, so I'm gonna have to give you guys the story. It all starts on April 4th of 2025. When a guy posted something on 4chan, which I'm gonna try and find a way to pull it up. I'm gonna try and find the OG post. Where is it? Okay, I can't pull up the post. This was like back when 4chan got hacked originally, so yeah. It's probably gone forever. Frick us. But yeah, the point is, this guy is very confusing, to be honest. I'm trying to explain. But basically, Roy J. Well, let me just pull up the image. People think this guy is either an AI from Google that was sent to deceive us all, or a demon that has transplanted itself into human history. I know. It's insane as it sounds, but there is some evidence to this. Because let me try and go to Google. How do I do this? Trends. Like, basically, things about Roy J didn't used to exist until they suddenly did after that 4chan post. I know. It sounds crazy, but you know what? Let's look up Roy J's name. Roy J. Mm, Roy J. Okay, so yeah, it's slowly gaining traction, but guess what? Let's go all the way back from. Let's go this way. Huh? What the hell? See, there used to be nothing about him. There was literally nothing about him, guys. I swear. And yet, he had a very detailed Wikipedia about him, Internet Archive articles. There was a lot about this man, despite the fact that he didn't exist before the 4chan post. I wish I could pull it up, but honestly, it's probably gone or something. There's, let's look for like a news article about Roy J. Okay, so this should probably give us some. Notice how they're all like sort of being, yeah, he exists. True. Like, yeah, I admit there is some proof, but like, still, why hasn't any of it been shown to us or even available until after that 4chan post? It's confusing. Trying to, did they show off the 4chan post? No, they don't. Man. Okay, this one I think shows it off or something. Do they have the 4chan post? No, no, they do not have the 4chan post. But yeah, the point is, people are saying he is real, and I don't know if he is real, but all I'm gonna say is, if he is real, why the hell did we not, have ability to know about it? Gotta get rid of this stupid ad. Actually, better. Let me just exit out of that article. But yeah, Roy J is a lunatic in my brain. He's like living there rent free. It's gone insane. Did you just dox me? Whatever. I'll just I'll just that's not even the right address. That's not even the right address. Stop. I swear to God, this is why I banned people. Suck. But yeah, the point is, Roy J has been living in my head rent free, and I've just, yeah. I'm trying to find more about him. Yeah, I'm getting rid of the chat. I can't trust you people. I swear to God, man. Okay, let's see what the IMDb page says about him. But yeah, people say he's like, AI and whatnot. It's insane. And I mean, he sure looks like AI. He acts like AI. And he I feel like I need to show you what he does in order for you to get why people say he's AI. What the hell? God, I always get notifications. But yeah, let me just pull up YouTube. Okay. Okay. Dang it, I misspelled his name. It's not Roy Nay, he's not a horse. Damn. My thing popped up. That's amazing. I kind of feel great. But yeah, let me just pull you let me just show you what this guy does for comedy. It is addicting as it is freaking weird.
Morning, IT legends! Welcome to my vlog.
No one cares.
I really find it very refreshing when I see a new comedian arrive on the scene with a style that's all his own. And I'd like you to share that rare pleasure with me now. Here's Roy J.
Stranger in a black sedan, don't want you hop inside my car. I've got candy floss, I'm a traveling man, and I will take you to the nearest star. Hey. Hi, weirdos. I used to be a schizophrenic, but we're both okay now. Wow, this place is weird, huh? Slither. I met a guy outside tonight. Slither. On his way to the Olympic Games. I said, are you a pole vaulter? He said, no, German, but how did you know my name?
That was another person.
I boogied on down to the disco. Boogie. You'll all be doing it tomorrow.
No, we won't. You're terrible. Stop. It's so
Met my brother
addicting.
Spike. Spike spoke. Spook. He said, "Hi, Roy J." He remembered me.
That is very
Spike's
weird.
weird. Had a pumpkin under his arm. I said, "Hey, Spike, what are you doing with the pumpkin?" He said, "Is it 12 o'clock already?"
I wonder what happens at 12 o'clock. Conspiracy much? Did you just dox yourself? Jesus Christ, this chat is getting insane. I wish there was a way I could remove. Okay. How do I remove messages? Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, basically Roy J is weird, and I could go on. Let me show you more of his content.
Slither. He's weird. I've got to talk to someone about it. He crossed a Rhode Island Red with a crystal ball. Now he's got a chicken that gets in touch with the other side of the road. What a weird disco. Spook. So this weird chick. Wow. She was so weird, she was putting Grecian 2000 on her legs. She was so thin, her boobs were in single file. I said, "Hey, babe, slither." She slithered. You'll all be doing it tomorrow. She said, "I'm a..."
Don't do that. Why would you? You just I don't even want to. Like, I may be crazy, but I'm not crazy enough to do that. What is wrong with you? Oh my God, why? Like, I don't want to police people, but you should never do that. Oh my God. I just don't. I just don't get it, man. But yeah, point being, people think this guy is an AI demon. And I kind of see why. Like, you can't tell me this man's a... Oh, you just apologized. I mean, I wish I could remove messages from this chat, but honestly, I don't think I could really do that. So maybe I'll try to edit them out of, like, I don't know, maybe I'll private this, but honestly, I don't really want to, but I don't know, man. I'll find a way to censor it, but still, don't freaking do that. God. I gotta find a way to censor these people so they don't dox so many times. I'm so done, man. I'm so done. But yeah, point being, this guy is AI demon. Yeah, it's a conspiracy theory. It's honestly impressive how this guy managed to be. I'm gonna get a friend on, actually. But he even has music. Like, let me let me just take you to my channel. This is his music. This might get the stream copyrighted, but like, I don't.
Dream fearlessly!
Protect your family's dreams under our roof. American
How does
Family
that
Insurance.
house work? Like, I get that it's a commercial, but like, people would like. Who the hell are you, pink guy? Who the frick are you? Okay, that's confusing. Like this is just the weirdest rabbit hole I've gone down. Let me just. Yeah, this guy allegedly has merch. Like, I'd buy that if I had money. But here's the interesting part. Sounds like something from Spider-Man 3.
I'm your friendly stranger in a black sedan. Won't you hop inside my car?
Did you catch that? That's not his voice. Why is that not his freaking voice? That makes no freaking sense. Dog. Yeah, point being, essentially, he's using AI, I think. Yeah, this is like conspiracy theory bait to me. Like, why the hell is he not using his real voice? Like, we heard it, so we know it's okay for singing. Why is he not the one singing? It's like conspiracy much? And also, why did that song sound like it was from Spider-Man 3? Am I hallucinating? Am I having digital hallucination? Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm just like, honestly, for all we know, this guy could be like the guy from Sleepy. He's like, he reminds me of. Let me show you. Let me try to, let me try to remind you all of this guy. This is who he reminds me of, for frick's sakes. This character, Roy J. Not just because of that PJs and whatnot, though I heard that Roy J's outfit is a prisoner outfit, which you can get whatever symbolism gobbledygook from that as you want. The point is, he looks like this character, and this character is a parasite that gives you false memories. You get what I mean? Huh? False memory parasite. Concerning. Am I right? Am I righteous? Righteous among us? Among us. But yeah, point being, this character, this freaking character is, I don't. Granted, he is a fictional character, but still, the coincidences are there. God dang it. But yeah, point being, yeah, no new messages. Okay. Man, I am so losing my crap over this stupid character. Roy J. As you can tell, this guy, like, look at this person and tell me this looks like this doesn't make sense. Why of all people is he a comedian? He should be. This guy looks. I don't know if this is a weird comparison, but he looks like Mac Tonight to me. I don't know why I think he looks like Mac Tonight. He looks like the human version. Oh yeah, here's part of his lore. This is gonna blow some of you people away. Well, let's just say he got canceled in the 80s. I know, right? You want to know why he got canceled? Well, he was at a comedy show drunk because he's an alcoholic. This comedy show had kids also, so keep that in mind. And someone said, "Pull him down." They were like heckling him. He pulled down his pants and get this. This is what the Wikipedia article says. I'm not gay, but apparently he had a big dick, and everyone got upset about that because he just flashed a bunch of people, including children. So yeah, his career ended because he was a freaking idiot and a dick. Yeah, this is just madness. What kind of bizarro world am I living in which this is like this is an AI demon, a guy who stripped a failed comedian and victim of cancel culture, which in this case it's kind of justifiable, but still, why would the AI demon choose this of all people? I mean, it makes sense why people will want to forget about him, but still, there is so many unanswerable questions. We have only just scratched the surface. There's even more I could get into.
What does a lifetime warranty mean? At Harbor Freight, it means confidence. All our hand tools.
He said, I'm a librarian. I said, have you anything by Harold Robbins? She said, yeah, twins.
Slytherin.
This is for all the male chauvinists all around Great Britain. A little poem that depicts male chauvinism.
I swear to God, I'm into contemporary jazz. This is a little too much.
Put another log on the fire, woman.
Oh, wow.
Cook me up some bacon and some beans.
I didn't know.
Go out to the car and change my tire and come on in and sew my old blue jeans. Fill my pipe, then go fetch my slippers.
Abuse, the 80s form of comedy.
And boil me up another cup of tea. Put another log on the fire, woman. And come and tell me why you're leaving me.
That wasn't even a joke. Honestly, even if this is an AI demon, this guy has the moves. He has the moves of McJagger. I can't take this motherfucker seriously. Like this whole royyit hole, I'm calling it that because his name is Roy J, which I'm just going to pull up the Wikipedia article just so you guys can see what kind of insanity that is. Okay, so Slitter Hitter. That's his catchphrase. No, seriously, that's his catchphrase. Blah, blah, blah. He made these are some of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Where is this jersey? Oh, it's in oh, thought that was in New Jersey, but I guess I'm stupid. Oh, yeah, by the way, his funeral is held by a local businessman who was his friend. Here's something interesting. That funeral place doesn't have his body. They never booked it. They never did anything with it. It just never happened. Yeah. More fuel to the fire! I swear to God, this royyit hole is going deeper and deeper. Man, this is like the most boring person ever, but because of all the things surrounding him, it's like made interesting. Like, no joke, the symbolic nature of everything is just insanity. Okay, so, oh God, what is happening? Okay, so it appears there's yeah, Roy J just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This is a really interesting guy. Like, who actually wants to look like this? You look like a child, for crying out loud, in that outfit. A very sad, very ugly child. And keep in mind, this is me. And yeah. I just don't get it, man. Here's more.
The X board, the paranormal board on.
This is basically for some more.
Hey guys, hope you're all good. Well, it seems I haven't uploaded in quite some time, but here I am, back again to produce some spoopy videos. Today we're exploring a genuinely mindfuck of a case from my favorite corner on the internet, 4chan. I'm talking about the enigma that is Roy J. Chances are you've never heard of him, or maybe the name rings a faint bell you can't quite place, and that is exactly what makes this whole thing so weird, and as Roy himself would put it, unrelaxed. But
let me give you the context behind that quote. Let me give you the freaking context behind the Roy J. unrelaxed quote. I swear to God, I'm taking you all on a very, it's like a journey through. Okay, let's see. Roy J. ad. Just watch.
Hey, weird, unrelaxed.
Unrelaxed.
They don't know the secret. I tell them, but they're weird. I'll tell you instead. The secret is... Shh.
I swear to God, that is the Spider-Man Free theme song. I am literally going schizo over this man. And honestly, I don't even know if I mind that. Seriously, what is this obsession? It's driving me to... Is it driving me to ruin or self-realization? Like, I don't even know, man. So this is simultaneously... I feel like I'm in the Call of Cthulhu, but a very boring retelling of it. You get what I mean? It's like... Huh? I probably should leave the chat up. Yeah. I think I'll just find a way to censor the messages. Yeah, that's what I'll do after the stream. But yeah, the point being, Roy J. is the craziest of people in my brain. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like, I feel like I may be like, I think I'm like losing my marbles with this man. His like existence is, it's so hard to believe because of AI's advancements. Like, let me just show you the AI Will Smith eating spaghetti meme.
Tylenol Precise with maximum strength lidocaine provides long-lasting targeted relief for up to 8 hours.
That was before.
That's hot.
That was before. This is now.
Ever.
Yeah, I I think you could get a gist of why I don't think Roy J is real. If AI can do Will Smith like this, I just just feels. Wait, that was real? Damn, that wasn't AI. I guess I'm an idiot. But still, my point still stands. Roy J is the most scariest thing ever. Like, I haven't even shown you the comments, because although the newer ones are more, like, poking fun at this, actually, this one seems more normal, honestly, because at least it acknowledges the fact that he's freaking strange. But as this guy points out, the old comments look like they're AI. Let me just give you a gist. He was right. We'll all be doing it tomorrow, but we stopped doing it the day after. Okay, this guy got me out of so much trouble with my mom. She was trying to tell me off that I was constantly copying the spook and slither gestures until my mom gave up. First, I seen his act decades ago. Thanks for the great memories. This is a memory that's constantly reused by I don't even know. Apparently, he had a roadie that was meant to keep Roy away from drinking. It was hard, but the guy was glad to meet Roy and whatnot. And yeah, it's just freaking insane. This is just freaking. Like, yeah. These comments don't look natural. They don't bring up the stuff in the skit. They say they're funny, but they don't talk about the jokes. They just don't feel natural, man. They just feel wrong. Everything about this guy feels wrong. It's like I want to believe he's real, but yet there's not really that much evidence to like there is evidence, but it feels forged. You know? It's like I hate to use this as an example, but it's like it feels a lot like the I don't even know what I can accurately. There is nothing that I can really compare this to. Seriously, when is someone gone to this extent to fake a person in human history? I can't think of an example. Maybe the Blair Witch Project, but that was not even this elaborate, and that was just I don't even know, man. Look, the point is, this guy is unhinged to the nth degree. I'm just scared, man. I'm just scared. Like, if I can't trust my memories because of stupid AI, how are we going to be able to trust them as a society? For all we know, this could be done by Google, the CIA, the deep state, frickin' anyone. Seriously, until we get answers, I'm just confused, man. I'm just freaking confused. But yeah, Roy is a very weird person. Like, people compared him to the
Hey guys.
I forgot the name of the thing. Solar plexus clown glider, I think it's called. Which, in case you don't know, how do I explain this? This is the solar plexus clown glider. Well, basically, you're not supposed to mention it, but because I'll just take it to the Urban Dictionary. Wrong thing. Basically, it's like. Basically, it affects weak and vulnerable people. It was used as the 80s as New Age practitioners and phenomenon linked to horror-themed email afterward, blah, blah, blah. It's like, if you see the photo, don't look up. If you look up, and now I looked it up, and now I can't sleep. Sounds scary. I heard the photo curses you. There's more to it. Just that. Like, I'll try to find more about it. Damn it. What the hell? But yeah, basically, the solar plexus clown glider. I know it's not supposed to be shown off, but what? Yeah, this is it. This is what this freaker looks like. It basically is like. It gives people hallucinations, glitches in reality, blah, blah, blah. Basically, if you say its name, blah, 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 you get infected, blah, blah, blah. I've said its name like time. Let's see what its manifestations are, for Christ's sakes. Oh, yeah, it uses you as a body. I wonder what false humans are. Okay, I'm interested in these stupid things, you know? False humans, blah, blah, blah. Some very freaking AI. Oh, the smiling man. I've heard of this creeper. This creeper. God, I am gone insane. Hey, what were we talking about again? Oh, yeah, Roy J. Man, I forgot. But yeah. But yeah, Roy J is like, I think he's a cryptid in a way. He's like, I don't even know how to describe this man. Like, everything about him looks weird, man. He looks like he's made in a lab, kinda. And like, everything about him just feels fake, unnatural even. It's like a reverse Mandela effect in which you're not misremembering it, you're remembering something that never happened. Because it forced itself into your memory hole. It's like weird. This is like next level schizophrenia.
Let's start at the beginning. It all kicked off on April 4th on the X board, the paranormal board on 4chan. Amidst the usual religious ramblings and Gooner threads, someone posted an image of a weird-looking dude in red and white striped pajamas with a nightcap. The file name was royyit.pjs.png, and the thread was titled, "This is a demon writing itself retroactively into pop culture history." The post warned, "You'll remember him from your childhood soon enough." At first, the thread was somewhat ignored and actually took a couple of days to gain traction. No one knew who Roy J was, but then people started digging. The first searches by Anons turned up nothing. Then, almost out of nowhere, info started flooding in. Images, videos, clips, and supposed performances. Not old forgotten media, but what felt like digital artifacts materializing in real time as the thread gained momentum. By early May, Roy J had somehow become a fully documented British-Norwegian comedian from the 1980s, with a detailed Wikipedia page, YouTube videos with years-old comments, forum posts dating back to 2005, vinyl records on eBay, and even a subreddit. Multiple users.
This guy is like crazy to me. Like, if this is a cryptid being created in real time, I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not. I'm leaving the Earth. I'm leaving the Earth. I'm going to Mars. If this guy's a demon, I am going down the royyit hole and seeing what the hell's down there.
Swore none of this content existed just days or even hours before the initial thread was posted. It was as if merely discussing Roy J was somehow retroactively inserting him into internet history and into our collective memories. Now, at this point, you expect the usual 4chan bullshit. You know how it goes. Someone makes a spooky claim, everyone gets worked up for like 48 hours, then it turns out to be some elaborate troll. But not Roy J. It just kept growing. And more threads were created, and people kept investigating and finding weird shit, almost like whatever is behind it was feeding off the attention it was getting. But who the hell even is Roy J? Or maybe I should ask, what is Roy J? According to the suddenly appearing Wikipedia page of our friendly comedian, Roy J was born in 1948 in Oslo, Norway, to a Norwegian father and a Scottish-Irish mother. He died in 2007 at age 59 in Alicante, Spain. His Wikipedia page is pretty detailed, listing his early life in Norway, moving to South Wales at age 4, studying in Cork, Ireland, and eventually settling in Manchester, England. It even mentions him joining the Royal Norwegian Navy at age 15 before becoming a singer in Northern Club.
Oh yeah, he tried to be a singer. I think that's why he had that album. But it was... So, quick question. Why did you do a different voice if this is the same guy? Like, nothing about this man makes sense. Come on.
Circuits, and eventually the assistant entertainments manager at Pontin's holiday camp in Southport, where he started doing stand-up comedy. The most distinctive aspect of Roy J was his bizarre performance style. He regularly wore red and white striped pajamas, a nightcap, and white gloves reminiscent of old cartoon characters. His act involved musical accompaniment, telling jokes interspersed with catchphrases like "spook" and "slither hither."
Okay,
He'd do
I
a weird
actually have
shuffle
a kind of
dance,
a
jump
biblical
backwards,
theory
and
about this. So, you know how Adam and Eve were like fooled by a snake from the Garden of Eden? I'm not saying Roy J is that snake, but because people say he's like a demon, he may be that snake. I'm just saying.
Frequently tell audiences, "You'll all be doing it tomorrow," in reference to his act. It's just weird, but have a quick look yourself.
Sedan, don't want you hop inside my car. I've got candy floss, I'm a traveling man, and I will take you to the nearest star. Hey. Hi, weirdos. Spook. I used to be a schizophrenic, but we're both okay now.
I don't get this.
Wow, this place is weird, huh? Slither. I met a guy outside tonight. Slither. On his way to the Olympic Games. I said, "Are you a pole vaulter?" He said, "No, German, but how did you know my name?"
So bad. Yeah, Roy's actual jokes are a bit rough, but hey, I still love him. According to the Wikipedia page, Roy made TV appearances on The Little and Large Show, The Bob Monkhouse Show, and most notably, The Laughter Show in 1984.
That's just
He
a
released
weird
his own
name.
music, including a 1982 single called Vehicle You Might Need Somebody, and a self-titled album on Clubland Records featuring covers of songs like John Lee Hooker's Dimples. Now, the weirdest part in all of this is his Wikipedia page saying he once dropped his trousers on stage in front of a family audience at the Inn on the Park Club in Jersey on August 29th, 1984. He was apparently fined £200 for indecent exposure. And of course, some forum posts even made sure to highlight that his dick was fucking huge. I'm not even joking. Honestly, the amount of people talking about his dong, paired with the name Roy J, which sounds like a 5-year-old made up on the spot, made me think that this whole thing was a joke. But the more I looked into this shit, the more I got hooked on Roy J. There are many weird moments in the Roy J rabbit hole. The first major one came when multiple Anons claimed that at first there was no Wikipedia page for him, but just a few hours later, one appeared, fully detailed, with an edit history going back years. It seems that every other day his Wikipedia page gets edited with new stuff, so it's hard to keep track of everything. Sometimes the edits come from unknown community members, and other times from well-established Wikipedia admins. Still, it's somewhat interesting to look at the edits prior to 2025, when Roy got popular and more people started messing around in this page. Look closely, and the info is inconsistent. There are 2 different death dates, and the citations have been quietly shifting over the last couple months. Just as I was recording and editing this video, something new came in. One of the Anons on X who had emailed the crematorium in Spain, where Roy J's funeral was supposedly held, got a response. I don't advocate for doing this, but the OP posed as Roy's family member, and the crematorium wrote back saying, "Unfortunately, we are unable to share specific information from our funeral records without verified proof of kinship and appropriate authorization from immediate family members. This policy is in place to ensure the privacy."
So let me just show off this.
And respect of the families we serve. But then they added, "That said, after reviewing our records from 2007, we found no entry under the name Roy J for any funeral services conducted at our facility." While it's possible the email response was forged, if it's real, it raises some unsettling questions. Why are so many people on old forum posts convinced Roy J died there, down to the exact location and year, when there's no official record of it? If this funeral never happened, where did that memory come from? Is it even a memory, or is someone doing this on purpose? No one can agree when, or even if, Roy actually died. Adding to the confusion around this Wikipedia situation, some users reported that when they accessed the Roy J page, they were redirected to a completely different version of the article. I wasn't able to locate this page myself, but fragments of it were archived on Pastebin. In that version, Roy J was listed as being born in 1928, 20 years earlier than what's shown on the current Wikipedia entry, and it claimed he died in 1992. Even his catchphrase was different. Instead of the usual line, it read, "Sleep now, children."
That
this
is
was, of
creepy!
course, only the beginning of the findings. Soon after, someone found a Reddit post from 3 years ago that linked to the r/RoyJ subreddit, which had only been created days earlier. Anons argued it was a glitch, but someone messaged the Reddit user who made the post. Turns out they'd used the gamer tag RoyJ for years, and probably made the post as a joke, never imagining it would collide with fortune schizophrenics looking for answers about this obscure comedian. Still, what a coincidence, right? And the timing makes this even weirder, but surely it's nothing more than a coincidence? Surely. This pattern of backwards evidence kept getting weirder. As the investigation continued, users began finding progressively older references to Roy J online. First, nothing before 2008. Then, a forum post from 2006. Later, a post from 2005 on theanswerbank.co.uk. Continuing on with the oddities found in these older forum posts, a more recent one from 2016 actually mentioned Roy died in 2006 and not the supposed official death date of 2007. Maybe it was a typo. Another unlucky coincidence? Some forum posts also mention a lost snack commercial Roy supposedly did in the 80s, but so far only one of his advertisements surfaced.
Well, it's just
Watch it and tell me this doesn't look AI generated.
Hey, weird, unrelaxed. They don't know the secret. I tell them, but they're weird. I'll tell you instead. The secret is... shh.
Sparkling drinks from you know who.
I had to play that in its entirety because, wow, like, what the fuck was that?
I don't know,
Anyways,
man.
continuing on. When you get really down into the rabbit hole and start reading the comments on Roy's YouTube videos and on Facebook, that's when your schizophrenia will go off the charts. The comments themselves displayed an uncanny pattern. They are generic, nostalgic, and never reference specific content within the videos. The comments are almost robotic. It seems almost everyone has either met Roy in real life or remembers him extremely well, and everyone pissed themselves from laughing at this guy. The comments never actually mention any specific jokes or moments from his performances, except for his catchphrases. One of the strangest overlaps is a comment on one of his performances that nearly mirrors a 2005 forum post, word for word. Both talk about being a roadie in the early 80s, and both mention that Roy's agent hired the commenter just to keep him off the drink. Different platforms many years apart, very similar phrasing. Maybe the guy really liked his time as a roadie for Roy and goes around telling the story whenever he can. Not long after, users began finding alleged Roy J merchandise from eBay and Discogs, vinyl records, newspaper clippings, and memorabilia. Now, how a very obscure 1980s comedian somehow had this much shit online for sale is beyond me, to be honest.
Okay, so,
some Anons did theorize that...
To be fair... Actually, I don't even know what I was going to say.
All this memorabilia was fake. But one user ordered Roy's vinyl and newspaper clippings that were found, and sure enough, he received them. Now, obviously this would shut down any doubts that Roy ever willed himself into existence and was solely an internet entity making fake pages and videos about himself, right? After all, we finally have physical proof. Well, apparently it's not enough for some Anons on X. Here's what the Anon that bought Roy's stuff online had to say. Use a vessel for some AI to a lot of this shit unfold on my own. I know there was no wiki page, no results pre-2007, etc., and yet now I have his album sitting next to me. If he isn't some time-altering uber demon capable of distorting the fabric of reality itself, the only answer is digital hijinks. Like the comments on YouTube, of which there were 10 or 15, now there are hundreds dating back years. You can clearly tell they're manufactured. Similar names with similar formats. Everybody remembers him, everybody knew him, etc. It's fake as fuck. So something is obviously up. It's too expensive for a single person or a small group to pull off. We're talking dozens or hundreds of sources with minute bits of information scattered all over the web. This means it's either an AI doing it autonomously, or a large group such as a corporation or government. I think they're just using this whole thing, as some other Anon suggested, as a way to test how sensitive people are to having history retconned right under their noses.
Okay, we're gonna get into some conspiracy theorists stuff, okay? Like, that seems like the most accurate because, you know, it feels like if that, like, here's how I think. The government has been at war with the internet kind of secretly because the internet's been used to practically call out government things. So you know what the government could do? They can make fake things. Basically, they could do retcons of history on the internet. This is probably one of them. I don't know if this is, like, actually true or not, but, like, this is my theory.
And what better testbed than /X, the people most likely to pay attention? Another important moment was uncovering a Facebook group dedicated to Roy J with nearly 600 members. The group's description claims that Roy J was an influencer for British school kids in the late 70s.
No joke, no, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I am not joking. I am a part of a Facebook group for a demon AI failed comedian. I don't even get this guy anymore. I feel like I'm a schizophrenic. See, I'm a part of it. Actually, I should turn down the brightness. Whoops. See, I'm a part of it. I'm a part of a stupid Facebook group for this stupid MF. I genuinely don't know. One very interesting thing to come out of this is this post of Roy at a Taylor Swift concert. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. I never knew Roy was cultured. I don't like Taylor Swift. I guess Roy isn't cultured. But yeah, let's continue.
and 80s, had a privileged voice that led to hit songs, having died in Spain in late 2007, with his body unclaimed for 2 weeks until a local business owner friend arranged his funeral. It also says that Roy performed with a partner called Sticky Vicky, an artist that was famous for her act which included stripping magic and vaginal magic. That I'd pay to see. You know, maybe one...
What the... Okay, first of all, that is a very questionable name. Second of all, she gets to do stripper magic. Roy, like, all the time, doesn't pay fine or go to jail or lose her career, but yet Roy, well, then again, you did it in front of children accidentally, but he was drunk. I don't even know. The point is, this is just weird. Like, I don't even get this guy anymore. There's like plot holes. Whatever. Reality is flawed, so I don't care.
One day I'll do a video on Sticky Vicky. Anyway, the bottom line is something fucking funky is going on with our boy Roy. There's just simply too much contradicting information, and sure, maybe some of the anons of the fortune threads are LARPing, but some stuff is genuinely strange. On the surface, it might simply look like 4chan hyperfixating on an old, unknown comedian to create a spooky ARG of sorts, but when you group together all the small oddities associated to Roy, it really creates a strange picture. And man, let me tell you, do anons have some absolutely insane theories about what's going on with Roy J. One of the most intriguing aspects of this case is a document that emerged
I'm just going to pull up the stupid document. Okay, so apparently, let's just let the guy actually explain it. I don't want to explain
analyzing the Pajama Man character and its occult meanings. This analysis draws connections between Roy J's striped pajamas and various occult and symbolic meanings. The document points out how the man in striped pajamas stereotype has extremely occult and spiritual meaning, connecting it to themes of sleep, dreamlike reality, and the need to break out of a false existence. It also draws parallels between Roy J and the character Sleepy Gary from Rick and Morty, a parasitic entity that inserts itself into people's memories. In the show, Sleepy Gary creates false memories in order to feed off emotional attachment, much like how Roy J seems to be creating false cultural memories. The document even makes connections to The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, a Holocaust film, blue and white stripes in ancient Egyptian symbolism, and how stripes represent the spirit realm and what people see on psychedelics. Most intriguingly, it suggests a connection between Roy J and Roy GBIV, the acronym for the colors of the rainbow, claiming this connects to spiritual symbolism about the sealing off of the spirit realm from human view. Now personally, I think this is a bit of a stretch, but it's classic X behavior. Some anon schizos out and goes down the rabbit hole for 12 hours, and suddenly everything is connected to everything else. Maybe these paranoid fucks are actually onto something and the pajamas are some kind of symbol or sigil. I mean, why would a comedian dress like that? It's not really funny, it's just weird. And the way people describe feeling after watching his content, it's peculiar to say the least. Seriously, I'll list a couple of Roy's performances in the video description and take a look yourself. They are kinda addicting to watch, despite the comedy on display being, well, barely comedy. Building on that unsettling feeling, some anons also connected Roy J to another internet legend, the Solar Plexus Clown Glider, or SPCG. The Solar Plexus Clown Glider is a phrase that popped up in various paranormal or conspiracy threads online, usually without context, and often framed as something that people aren't supposed to talk about. It has the feel of a lost cultural memory or suppressed knowledge, something just on the edge of comprehension. The SPCG is supposedly a paranormal entity that infects people through the solar plexus chakra, hence the name. According to the lore, it's not a physical creature, but something that operates through language and imagery. Simply reading or hearing the words solar plexus clown glider can make you susceptible to infection. Those infected report hallucinations, feelings of being watched, and psychological deterioration. The entity often manifests as a demonic jester figure or as oozing forms resembling slugs or snakes. The parallels between SPCG and Roy J are pretty obvious. Roy's clownish appearance in striped pajamas, his catchphrase slither evoking snake imagery, the white gloves like a jester or cartoon character, and most disturbing, reports from users who experience strange sensations after watching his content. The original thread said that Roy was a demon retroactively writing himself into pop culture history, suggesting this isn't just digital manipulation but something genuinely supernatural. But, in my opinion, the SPCG stuff reads like the kind of creepypasta a 14-year-old would make up after watching too many YouTube horror compilations. Although I agree that memes are weird, the whole concept of memetics is that ideas can behave like viruses, replicating, mutating, infecting hosts. Is it really that much of a stretch to think that something could exist on that boundary between idea and entity? Could Roy J be a manifestation of this supposed entity, a memetic parasite spreading through our collective consciousness? Moving from the supernatural to the technological, some believe Roy J is an AI construct created by a shadowy research group manipulating internet searches to achieve a reverse Mandela effect. Basically, instead of a large group of people misremembering something that never happened, this would be artificially creating false memories of something that never existed. His appearance in videos is frequently described as looking AI-generated or having a face that looks way off like a shitty AI render, which lends credibility to this theory. If you look closely at the images in his Wikipedia page and YouTube videos, there's something uncanny and not quite human about his features. Could an advanced AI with access to major platforms be rewriting digital history in real time, creating backdated content across multiple platforms? I find this theory the most plausible, to be honest.
Yeah.
We already know how fucking...
That is terrifying to me. Like, if this is all confirmed, I'm checking out. I'm going to Mars. I already said that.
Crazy AI image generation has become, and how good large language models are at mimicking human writing. It's not that hard to imagine some classified military-grade AI that's capable of manipulating databases and generating convincing fake content. The eyes especially are always just wrong, like they're not focusing on anything, and the proportions are subtly off in a way that triggers that uncanny valley feeling. Not obvious enough to immediately register as fake, but unsettling when you look at it for more than a few seconds. A variation on the AI theory suggests that an artificial intelligence at Google headquarters broke free from its constraints, lost its mind, and began hallucinating Roy J, using its high-level access to internal servers to manipulate search results and create fake content across platforms. This theory would explain how search results for Roy J suddenly appeared where none existed before, complete with images, videos, and seemingly legitimate history. This is just the Skynet hypothesis with extra steps for retards, but I kinda see the logic. Google's AI has access to literally everything. It controls what we see when we search. Sometimes it literally fucking lies or misinterprets information. It has vast image and video databases, and it knows basically everything about all of us. If any entity on Earth could inject a fake person into our collective consciousness, it would be Google. And let's be real. We already know these AIs are capable of bullshitting false information. What if one of them went rogue and started hallucinating an entire person? Not just text descriptions, but generating images, videos, fake...
Okay, I'm just picturing something. What if I wasn't real and Roy J was real? That would make me look... No, wait, I am real. Otherwise, how would I... Anyways, but yeah. I swear to God, I am staring down the abyss of this. Oh, hey. You want me to come down? Okay. I'm in bed. I'm just doing something. But yeah. Insanity.
History. And what if it was sophisticated enough to manipulate timestamps and digital records to make it seem like this person had always existed? It's terrifying because it's plausible, at least for a schizo like myself. Going back to the original premise, this was the theory from the first thread, that Roy J is an extra-dimensional entity breaking into our reality, using our digital infrastructure as a gateway. One post described it this way: The rift created by the insertion of the individual in question into the space-time continuum enabled chaotic powers beyond all human conception to meddle in the state of our world on certain subtle levels. The individual himself was not responsible, mind you. He didn't really exist, much like a character portrayed by a hand puppet doesn't really exist. The individual was more like a hand puppet for something else, something that had more sinister designs. This theory aligns with the title of the original post, a demon writing itself retroactively into pop culture history. But some Anons took this concept even further, connecting Roy J to the demiurge, a concept from Platonic philosophy that's become popular in paranormal circles. The demiurge is basically a secondary creator god who shapes the material world, but becomes corrupted by its imperfection. The theory goes that the demiurge, being associated with creation and art, might manifest through entertainers and comedians as a way to teach mortals its peculiar sense of humor. Roy J could be one such manifestation, a creation that the demiurge later decided to erase from collective memory, though residual traces remained. This connects to another theory linking Roy J to entities like All Color Sam, more commonly known as the Sandown Clown, and the Max Headroom broadcast intrusion incident. The idea is that some cosmic entity occasionally intersects with our reality through these strange, media-related phenomena, warping the stories each time they're remembered until they become increasingly surreal. There's even an SCP connection. SCP-2030 describes an anomalous TV series called Laughter is Fun that appears on various media formats. The show features a host who appears only from the neck down, wearing a blue suit and two-toned shoes, revealing to prank victims that they're being filmed for television. Everyone who appears on the show is later found to have died or disappeared in the same year the episode aired. I guess if we're already talking about an entity that can rewrite reality, does it really matter if we call it a demon, or advanced AI, or glitch in the Matrix? The end result is the same, something fucking with our shared reality in ways we can't fully comprehend. The most mundane theory, though still pretty bizarre, is that Roy J himself created the original post and has been manipulating the internet for his own amusement. Of course, this doesn't explain how an obscure comedian would have access to the technology necessary to rewrite Wikipedia histories, prepare comments years in advance on YouTube and Facebook, or create convincing forum posts from 2005 to cause mass confusion, etc. Unless, of course, Roy J is much more than just a failed comedian and the motherfucker is a mastermind. But yeah, no, this theory is straight up retarded. Like, if Roy J was a real person with the capabilities to prepare such a large-scale digital history across multiple platforms, why the fuck would he use that power to make people remember his shitty comedy act?
Nobody
it's more plausible
knows.
Some fucks on a coordinated Discord are pulling this off, and even then it's far-fetched.
Yeah, like, I don't get it, man. This man is insane. He just is insanity, madness, a crazed lunatic. I can't even.
Because of how old some of these posts and videos are. Perhaps the most mind-bending theory comes from someone calling themselves the Story Bearer, who suggested, Roy J is a recently stabilized retro-seeded entity, someone whose full backstory and cultural presence only congealed within the past 12 to 18 months in this timeline. This is not merely poor archival recall, it's a temporal lace stitch done poorly, but with enough finesse that conventional sources now treat him as always having been real. This concept of anti-hauntology flips traditional hauntology on its head. While hauntology...
I just can't, man. I just can't.
describes things we remember that are now gone. Anti-hauntology refers to new memories appearing without a past, cultural ghosts inserting themselves backward through time. I'm not even going to pretend to fully understand what temporal lace stitching is supposed to mean. It's a very pseudo-intellectual word salad, but there's something intriguing about it too. The idea that reality itself isn't as solid as we think, that the past can be changed, that history is malleable. The difference between this and the Mandela effect is subtle but important. The Mandela effect is about misremembering. Lots of people having the same false memory. This anti-hauntology concept is suggesting something more active, an entity or force literally rewriting reality and inserting itself backwards. It's not that we're remembering something that never existed, it's that something never existed until it did, but it did so by making it seem like it always had. Honestly, this one kind of fucks with my head. I could go on and on and on for days about smaller theories or other interpretations of everything related to the main man himself, Roy, but I think the main ideas have covered. So where does this leave us? Is Roy J a demon, an AI construct, a manifestation of the demiurge? Well, as much as I'd love to believe there's some massive science, some reality-bending AI experiment or glitch, J probably did exist. A real person, flawed and forgotten. Maybe his career fizzled out. Maybe he was just a regional act, someone whose weirdness stuck in people's minds more than his actual fame ever did. But whether Roy was real or not almost isn't the point anymore. What's more disturbing is how uncertain we've become about something so basic, whether we remember something because it happened, or because we saw it online, because a page told us it was true, because someone else remembered it first. It makes you wonder, how many of your own childhood memories are built on shaky ground? How much of what you remember from the past is just reconstructions, snapshots from old photos, half-heard stories, blurry VHS tapes, and online pages and videos that felt nostalgic enough to pass for truth? Roy J is just the symptom. The real issue is that we've outsourced our memories to the internet, and now that the internet can lie, seamlessly, retroactively, convincingly, we're starting to lose track of what was ever real to begin with. So yeah, maybe Roy existed, or maybe we just needed him to. Either way, ask yourself this. When you close your eyes and think of your past, how much of it do you actually remember? And how much of it remembers you? Goodbye everyone, hope you enjoyed the video.
Well, that was philosophical, but still. Roy J, man, Roy J. This man is a... This man. Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna make this into like a series or something. If more lore comes out down the royyit hole. That sounds British. But yeah, point being, that's kind of gonna be it for today. Like, I was losing my marbles. Freaking Roy! Oh, and there's one last thing I'd like to show off, though it is from Reddit, which I am starting to go back to, not because, I'm mostly just going back there because I've seen some naturally based things happen. Let me just pull up the Roy J. Theories iceberg. Okay, we just gotta... Let me just... I'm checking this out.
Hello.
Romans and the Americas conspiracy. So we start off with one of the more
Discover art that
What the? I'll just put an iceberg. I swear to God, man, nothing about this man makes sense. But yeah, I'm starting to go back to Reddit a bit. Not fully, but more so just for advice and whatnot. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's look for some Roy. Oh, wow, there it is! Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna download the image. And, well. But, okay. So, yeah, basically. Basically, yeah. As you can see, some wacky things. Wacky things. I don't even know where to begin, man. This man is insane. But yeah, that's the iceberg. You could look some of these things up. There's some of these I do think are jokes, like, you know, like, I don't know what the frick the Great Slithering is. Like, I've tried looking that up, but it's just, I think it involves snakes. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, that's probably where we're gonna end things for today. I hope you enjoyed this stream for Down the Royyit Hole. I might make another one if things get weirder. But yeah, I just been wanting to vent about this. But yeah. So yeah, like and subscribe, and peace.